All right, so today's video, we're going to be going over the installation of the TRS motor mounts. As you know, I'm a big fan of TRS products in regards to engine alignment, belt deflection, and making sure that you can get all the horsepower to the track without any binding or any type of issues with the clutching. So I'm just going to do a little overview video of the installation process. I'll just be starting with the clutch panels already off. Again, I've never done this before, so, bear with me with the video, but I at least wanted to outline the installation process. So I'm gonna remove all the panels, make sure it's all taken care of, make sure the hood's off before we go any further. We're gonna remove the two underneath mag side bolts. It's gonna be a T40, so we're just gonna take those out. That's where the motor mount's going to be for the mag side. And that's where the motor mount's going to be for the PTO side. These are going to be the instructions provided by TRS. Remove the primary and secondary clutches. All right, after we remove the underside bulkhead, we're going to loosen the front PTA motor mount bolts, 1.5 to 2 turns. So I just put a 13 mil on both of them, and I just rotated them 2 turns. Next, we're going to be removing the mag side top side motor mount with a 13 millimeter wrench. All right, so I actually had to take out the pipe to get down in there, and that was a bitch. It's definitely a fucking bitch to get this out of there. So this is out. So now I'm just gonna match it up to this mount right here and put it back in. So if you look in the back in that block there, you can see, let me see if I can get a screwdriver on it. You can see this part right here. That's gonna be sitting right in there. So when you do the adjustment, you have some adjustability. Unlike the factory, where it's just solid. All right, now this one's out. It's gonna match the factory one. Again, that's where the 2 bolts are gonna go, and this is where that stock pin goes into there, but it gives you more room to rotate it for some adjustment. All right, so I got everything aligned already, but I'm gonna walk you through what I did. So I took, for my application, I took the spring puller, and all I did is I lifted up on the mag to move the engine a little bit forward. And as I was holding it, I tightened this bolt up. Now, first thing what I did is this nut here that mounts to the motor mount, I put some blue Loctite on it just so it doesn't back off on both sides. The main bolt that secures the engine to the frame, I just left that loose so I can make some adjustments. Next, I took a spring puller or any type of pry bar, and I lifted it up under the mag, and I put pressure on it to move the engine forward a little bit and to twist it this way. I needed to do that on my application to be able to get the engine in proper alignment. Once I did that, I took my 13 mil, I tightened up that bolt as I was holding pressure on the engine to keep it in position. All right, then next, that's gonna be the bolt again that mounts the engine to the frame, and you're gonna tighten that up. Then I started shimming my clutches out with the provided shims. So Tony gives you smaller shims here to adjust your belt deflection, and then the larger shims here to put on the jack shaft to be able to align your clutches. Now at this point, all I'm worried about is the alignment, which is going to be the front portion of the alignment bar. So everything is lined up perfect. And now, as I can see over here, if I can get a good angle, I am just barely touching the front of the TRS bar. So now I know my clutches are perfectly aligned. Next, I'm gonna be looking at this up here, which is gonna be the indicator for the lead in or lead out. Now looking at the instructions, he's telling you to massage your engine so that your alignment and your lead in is 0.010 to 0.030. If you're looking at a feeler gauge, if I can zoom in or get the proper angle here, this is gonna be 0.030. So you can kind of get an idea. So I already took care of that step, as I told you about the blue Loctite, and I torque locked it to 18 foot-pounds. All right, we already went over the jack shaft shims and reinstalled the secondary and check your proper alignment. And then I already discussed in regards to massaging your engine back with a bar. All right, so it probably took me about a good 10 minutes or so to get everything all aligned. So I'm kind of gonna walk you through it. All right, so I got the rear of the alignment bar on the primary and the front nice and snug on the primary. Laid the bar across the secondary, and as you can see here, if I can get a good angle here, TV is probably gonna be crooked, but it's gonna be directly snug up to that bar. You know, if I spin the clutch, let me see if I can put this flashlight down here. So if I spin the clutch, you know, the clutch still moves and the bar doesn't move. So it's like right up on there. And now I got the lead in within his specifications. So if I slide this, just barely slides, this feeler gauge, 0.023 down the clutch. So as you can see with that, if you can read it, just 0.023. All right, so now that the clutches are aligned, I just gotta torque down the motor mounts to spec and then get the rest of the clutches all set up. When I do rotate the clutches, you can see nothing is touching. And there's just a little bit of gap there. All right, so I got everything kind of back together here. The TRS motor mounts are installed. I went out riding, tested them out, and they work flawlessly. I haven't had a lot of belt dust. After some good racing and some long rides, the belt is cool to the touch. The clutches are cool to the touch. I can literally put my hand on there for 5 minutes and it does not even bother me. So again, the steps are simple. Tony provides really good instructions. Again, this video is just a quick overview on the process of what it entails, not a step-by-step guide, but I kind of just wanted to do a quick overview on the installation process. Again, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.